short video, we'll be looking at Mathematics Syllabus D 2021 Paper 2, right? So first, let's begin with our answers. Right, the very first question over here, work out the following. So this one you should be able to do. Now, when we have numbers, right, that may not be an exact value, what do we need to do? So in this case, I calculated the number 6.088801196. So this will be my actual original answer, right? Then please write down your actual value to show them the working that you have managed to work it out. And then question already say in the question paper, if the answers, right, is not accurate, you round off the number to 3 significant figure. Right, if the degree of the accuracy is not specified in the question paper, then give your answer to 3 significant figure. Okay, so we can round this off to 3 significant figures. Then this will be 3 significant figures starts from the first non-zero number. 1, 2, 3. So this will be the third stick fig. Then this one we need to round up. So that will become 6.09 bracket 3SF. Right, so to be a bit more careful or whichever, right, just in case, you write down the actual answer, the longer version first, then you round it off and remember to put that you have rounded off to 3 significant figures. Next one, now this is something similar to the question in 2002 paper 1 as well. So to work this out as fraction, make sure you press the shift button in your calculator. Or some of you might want to do do not know how, it depends on how your calculator works. Usually it's a shift fraction, shift and then fraction, and make sure that your calculator have the 3 boxes to appear, right? So this one over here will be shift this, then 2 over 3 minus shift this 1 4 3 over 4. Okay, so this will give your answer as a fraction 11 over 12. Right, so we get our answer 11 over 12. Next question, put this number in order of size, starting with the smallest from 07 onwards. So this, we're trying to change everything to decimal. So this one is fraction 2 over 3 will be equal to 0.66666 all the way. Then there's a 7 because it's being rounded up, right? Next, 0.618, 6%. So 6%, they give you the percent. Let's see, 6 over 100. 0.06. Square root 0.4, that will give you 0.6324. Okay, so now let's put in order, starting with the smallest first. So down here, the smallest will be this one, right? So 6%, which is 0.06, but I write the original number 6%. Next, which is the next smaller, will be 0.618. Right, so the second position, this is 1. The second position, this is 3. And then the second position, this one is 6. So the next one will be square root 0.4, followed by 2/3, followed by the number 0.7. Have you gotten the answer? Next question. Now, the time taken to build a wall is inversely proportional to the number of people, right? Building it. What does inversely proportional means? Means the number of people, if the number of people decrease, then the time taken will increase. So they go in the opposite direction. One goes down, one goes up. Okay, so if the number of people decrease, then the time taken will increase. Oh no, wait, let me write this wrongly. If the number of people that you have to do the work decreases, then the time taken will increase. So they go in the opposite direction. Okay, then if the number of people increase, then the time taken will of course be faster, right? So shorter time. Okay, so they say 8 people takes 15 hours to build a wall. So 8 people takes 15 hours to build a wall. So usually what do we count? We'll count one person, right? So if I only have one person, I'm dividing by 8 to find one person, the time for one person. But one person, the number of people decrease, right? That means I need a longer time to finish the work. So in this case, I will need to multiply by 8. Proportionally, one person needs to do 8% job, correct or not? So that will be 120 hours. Next, the time it will take 6 people to build the wall. So in this case, I'm multiplying by 6. My number of people increase. So I multiply by 6. So I get 6 people. How long will it take? Now, more people will take slightly lesser time. So in this case, this one I need to divide by 6. Okay, so they go in different directions, so you do different operations for that. Do the opposite one. Okay, have you gotten the answer? Next question. Write down a prime number between 50 and 60. What are prime numbers? Prime numbers only have 2 factors, 1 and itself. So it can only be, prime numbers can only be divided by 2 factors, 1 itself. What are some of the prime numbers, or whichever? The common prime number starts with the number 2, 3, 5, 7. 9 is not a prime number. 11, 13, so on and so forth. And you realize that among the prime numbers, 2 is the only even number. Other than that, then everyone is divisible by 2. So all the other even numbers are not prime numbers. Now let's take a look at the numbers between 50 and 60. So between, so 50 and 60 is not considered, not included. So I'll look at 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, okay, but 58 and 59. They just say need to write down a prime number, right? I don't need to write down all the prime numbers, right? So I just need a prime number. So I don't need 52. Don't need 54, 56 don't have. Okay, and 58 don't have. Then check what are the numbers that can be multiple of 2 or multiple of 3. Can 51 be divided by 3? Oh, can 51 divided by 3 is 17. So this is definitely not a prime number. What about the number 53? Can be 53 divided by 3? Cannot. 53 divided by 7? No. 53 divided by 4, 8, 9, 11, 13, right? All don't have. So in this case, 53 is one of the prime number. Okay, or we can check, can be divided by 5. This one, 55, can be divided by 5. Cannot. 57, can it be divided by 3? Can. So this is not a prime number. What about 59? Can it be divided by 3? Divided by 2, 11, 13, don't have, so on and so forth. So I think the 2 prime numbers are 53 and 59, but you just need to write down a prime number. So once I get 53, I just write down 53 will do. Next one, write down a fraction between 5/7 and 6/7. So to find a number, for example, a halfway mark in between, so I just take the 2 numbers, this fraction plus this fraction, divide by 2. So in this case, in my calculator, I'll write 5/7 plus 6/7, close the bracket, the whole thing, or press the equal sign already, then the whole thing I divide by 2. So open my bracket, fraction 5/7, right, plus 6/7. There are some students, they will do minus. No, it's supposed to be plus, okay? Then close the bracket, divide by 2. That will give me 11/40. This is a fraction that is exactly halfway, midway between the 2 fractions. But since they only want a fraction between, so this number will definitely be the correct answer. Okay, add together, divide by 2. Next question, find the value. Okay, the value of a painting increases from this to this, so increase, right? So find the percentage increase in the value of the painting. So if I want to find the percentage increase, I must first find the increase. 170,123 minus 50,000, and that gives me 170,000 minus 50,000. That will give me 120,000. So this is the increase, right? They want percentage increase. So when they ask you to find the percentage, they did not give you the percentage, then it will be multiplied by 100. They want something over something. So since they want the increase, that would be 120,000. Okay, increase in the value of the painting. What is the original? So the number to put down here, this one must be my original value. What's my original value? 50,000. Okay, so I get 1200 divided by 50,000 times 100. Do not press the percentage in your calculator, just leave it. Just put 100, right? So this one will be 240%, the increase, 2%. Now, if the painting increased by 240%, what will be the total percentage then of the painting itself now? So the painting itself now will be 340%. So sometimes you can have a percentage that's more than 100%. So please take note. Next one, read the instructions carefully by rounding each number to one significant figure. So every number needs to round off to one sig fig. Right? Let's round off this number to one sig fig. The first significant figure is over here, first non-zero number. This is 2, so don't need to round up. So that will become 6D. Next one, the first sig fig is here, non-zero number. Round up, this one become 9. Next one, the first non-zero number is at 2. This is 0, cannot round up, so be 2. But this is 200, so we need to add zeros to make it of the correct place value. The next one, the first non-zero number, 5. So we need to round up. So this one becomes 0.06. Then we plug into our equation, 60 times square root of 9 over 200 times 0.06. So then now we estimate this value. So we do the calculator, key everything over here, times square root 9 over 200 times 0.06. So that will give me the answer approximately 15. So the estimated answer is 50, right, in my calculator. So this one will be your answer. Okay, read the question. Sometimes the question asks you to work out the number, then estimate or round it off, right? But this one is round off first, then estimate. So there is a little bit of the difference in the instruction. Next question, this one is distance, speed divided by time. So distance equals to speed times time. Okay, in case some of you cannot remember, distance equals to speed times time. Okay, speed equals to distance divided by time. Time equals to distance divided by speed. Okay, and for all this, make sure you check the units is the correct type of units. In this case, the question say find Jiao's average speed. Average speed means total distance divided by total time. Average speed is the total distance divided by the total time. Okay, so question over here, look at the units here. They want the units in terms of kilometers and hours. So we check our units. Is this kilometer? Is this hour? Yes, this is correct, then we're going to use it. If it's not correct, then we need to change it. So this will be 210 divided by 3.5. Remember to press the shift button in your calculator to get the 3 square boxes for you to work out this number. 210 divided by 3.5. Or some of you like to write in decimal, right? I can put in 3.5. Then I got my answer to be 60. So that will be 60 kilometers per hour. Have you gotten the answer? Next one, just started the journey at 8:50. So if you want to find 8:50, that means I need to find a timing, right? What was the time taken for the whole travel that they gave us? 3.5 hours, right? So I need 3.5 hours over here. 3.5 hours is actually 3 hours 30 minutes, right? So what we can do, we can use our calculator, this time function. If not, then you have to calculate on your own. So this one will be 08 hour 50 minutes. 08 hours 50 minutes plus 3 hour 30 minutes. 3 hour 30 minutes. I'm writing down for you to see. So, but in actual exam, you need not write this kind of working also. So that's why I'll give you 12 hours 20 minutes. Okay, which is in 12:20, the time in 24-hour clock notation that she arrived. Okay, have you gotten your answer? So in exam, this one don't write. You leave out this one. Okay. Next question, math skill. So this question is quite important. Sometimes it comes in paper 1. Sometimes if it doesn't come out in paper 1, then it will come out in paper 2. Right? So please check and make sure you know how to do this question. Okay, a map is drawn to a scale of 1 cm to 5 kilometer. So we have map is to the actual. Always good to label and write down the units. They say 1 cm, 5 kilometer. So check, make sure the units are the correct ones that you want to find first. The distance between two towns is 60 kilometer. Notice they give you kilometer, the actual distance, right? Then find the distance between the two towns on the map. So now I want to find 60 kilometer is what number? So some students will find 1 kilometer first. You divide by 5, right? So this is 1/5 cm. Then after that, you times 6. Correct. So this one, 1 divided by 5, 1/5 times 6. Okay, all the other way around, some of you will do the working that I usually do. 60 divided by 5 times 1. So 60/5 times 1. Times 60, sorry. Okay, either way, you still get the correct answer. Okay, so I work out my answer. 60 divided by 5 times 1. That will give me the number 12. Have you gotten the answer? Next one, a national park has an area. So we're going to look at our area scale. So let's look, and this one is in cm square. Find the actual area of the park. What is the units that they want for me? Kilometer square. This is already in kilometers, so we're going to use this ratio over here. Map is to actual. 1 cm is to 5 kilometer. But if I want to find the area, what do I need to do? I need area, right? Area, the unit is square, right? So it's 1 square cm square, 5 square kilometer square. All the numbers must be square. So 1 square, 1 times 1 is still 1 cm square. 5 square, 5 times 5, 25. Find the actual area. What do I do next? Got the number 60, right? So put down here, put the number 60 over here. So 60 kilometers square. Okay, so some of you we want to do the Direct working, 60 divided by 25 times 1. Or some of you may do divide by 25 to get 1 kilometer. Then after that, you times 25. So you divide by 5 times 25. So 60 divided by 5 times 25. Oh, sorry, wrong. What am I doing? Never wake up. Not divide by 5, okay. Divide by, sorry. Okay, to find 1 kilometer square is divided by, the number here is 25, so it's divided by 25. So it's 1 over 25. Then from 1 kilometer square, I want to get 60, so it's times 60. Sorry. Okay, so this case here, this one will be 60 over 25 times 1. Okay, or you have 1 over 25 times 6. Either way, we'll still get the correct answer. So in this case, I got the number 2.4 cm squared. Sorry about the mistake. Have you gotten the answer? Next page over here, 40 people will ask how many films they download, the number of films, right? So this is the 40 people. So, and then these are the frequency or whichever. So please read the question now. What is the axis? This axis over here is the number of films, not the number of people. Okay, so how many people downloaded 0 films? 8 people downloaded 0 films. Okay, 1 person downloads 11, so on and so forth. So this one over here, the frequency, this is the number of people that download that number of films. Write down the mode. The mode is the one that is the highest frequency, the one repeated most often, the one that's most popular. Okay, so in this case, it's very obvious. 1 film. Okay, do make it a point to write down the units so that you understand what you're actually talking about. It's not writing the number of people, but it's write down the film itself. How many number of film? Next one, calculate the total number of films downloaded by the 70 people, by the 40 people. So in this case, 8 person downloaded 0 movie. So it's 8 times 0 plus the next one, 11 people downloaded 1 movie. So the number of movie will be 11 people, 1 movie. Next, this one has 9 people who downloaded the 2 movies. So this will be 9 people with 2 movies, 9 times 2. Next one, 7 times 3 films. So 7 times 3 movie. And 3 people downloaded 4 films, so 3 times 4. 2 person downloaded 5 films, so 2 times 5. Then add everything together to find the total number. 8 times 0 is still 0. If not, you key diligently inside a calculator, add out the numbers. Okay, and I get my total to be the number 72. This is my total. Okay, can? All right, next, if the question asks me for the mean to find the average, right? So then what we need to do, we already have the total, which is 75. Okay, if I sidetrack a bit, if the question asks for mean or average, right? Usually it's the mean, okay? If the question asks for the mean in this case, we need to find the total, which is 75. So I'm going to take the total. But then a lot of students will mistake it and take it to be divided by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 films. That is not correct. It's the average number of films. So this is the films. If the average number of films that per person watch, so per person should be divided by the total number of people, films per person. average, right? So in this case, then I'll need to find total how many people, total frequency, there were 40 people. How did I get the 40? 8 plus 11 plus 9 plus 7 plus 3 plus 2, you will get a total of 40 people. So this one, the mean over here will not be 75 divided by 5, but 75 divided by total number of people, which is 40. Then you get your answer, 1.875 lbs. Now, if this is your answer or whichever, this is just a statistical average. So on average, people download about 1.75. So between 1 to 2 lbs. Do not go and round it up to the number 2 because you think that, number of lbs must be integer. No, this is just a statistical average. So it's okay to have decimal for this kind of question. Okay, so if they ask you how to find the mean, this is how to find the mean. Next question, solve this. So we're going to solve this, and what do we have? We need to shift around my grid a little bit. 8 minus 2x equals to 3x plus 5. I need to group all my x together on one side. Which way do you want to group them together? So I can shift my 3x over. This is adding 3x. So if I shift over, it become minus, subtract. So this is negative 2x. The sign is with the 2, so don't drop it. Then minus, this one become minus 3x. So I shifted and grouped my x over to one side already. Next one, I need to group all the other terms on the other side. So I need to shift the number 8 over here. So undo adding of 8, the opposite of addition, that will be subtraction. So this side will be 5 minus 8. Remember, the equal sign stays in the middle. This is like the causeway, like that, the bridge, right, between Singapore and Malaysia. If you do drop off the equal sign, then you got nothing to work for. Okay? Then now, minus 2, minus 3, this is not minus 1, please. So check your answer. This will be negative 5x equals to 5 minus 8. Negative 3. Okay? Then next, we are going to change the sign. So I multiply both sides by negative. Change the sign. So this one is negative, so become positive. Change the sign. So I get 5x equals to 3. After I have 5x equals to 3 already, I don't want the 5. So I divide by 5. This is 5 times x, right? 5 times x, so I divide by 5. Okay. 0.6. You can write both the answers over here. If your answer is not exact, I will always write it in fraction. That easier. Next question. This one. Expand and simplify. Now this is a minus 7 power 2 whole thing square. What is meaning of whole thing square? For example, I sidetrack a little bit. For example, I got x squared. What is x squared? X squared is x times x, right? Correct or not? If I have a number 5 squared, 5 squared is 5 times 5, right? So it means the whole thing is being repeated 2 times. So this means this is a minus 7 times a minus 7. Okay, and what do we need to do? We need to do expansion, the rainbow, the bracket, but there are many ways to multiply these or whichever. We can use a table, we can do a rainbow method, we can expand it out. Okay, so personally for me, I can do a couple. So I'll go through 3 different methods with you. Method number 1, I'm going to do the rainbow method. So A need to shake hand with A. So A go to the house first. So A shake hands with A. So A times A, that will give you A squared. Then A to multiply to negative 7. I know many of you have a habit of drawing all the arrows first, then you go and multiply, right? But when you draw the arrows first, then you might have forgotten which one you multiply already. So usually my habit is I draw one, I multiply one, draw one, multiply one, then write down one answer. Okay, so this one is A times negative 7. A times negative 7, this will be negative 7A. Next one, negative 7 times A. This will be negative 7, 8. Last but not least, negative 7 times negative 7. Negative times negative becomes positive. 7 times 7 is 49. But this is not the final answer. We have to simplify the terms that have the same units. So this one, both of them got the units A. So it's negative 7 minus 7. So minus 7 minus 7. So calculator shows you, okay, this one is negative 14. So A squared minus 14A plus 49. Have you gotten the answer? That's for method 1. I can do a method 2, right? A method number 2, this is A minus 7, A minus 7. So if it's A minus 7 times A minus 7, I take A first. So A multiply to the whole bracket. A multiply to, this will be A multiply to A minus 7. Minus, then the second term I'm going to look at, just like look at A already. Now the second one, negative 7 multiplied to the whole of the bracket, A minus 7. Then now we'll do the one by one, A times A squared. A times negative 7, negative 7, A. Then the next one, negative 7 times A minus 7A. Negative times negative, positive. 7 times 7, 49. Then simplify the terms with the same units. If you are not sure about the calculation, use your calculator. Okay, so that's method 2. I can also do a method 3, the box method. So I will have a box. This is A minus 7, A minus 7. Then I'll fill inside the box. A times A. Here, A times A squared. Then A times negative 7. Negative 7 times A. Negative times negative. Then we simplify the terms that has the same units together. And we get our answer, A squared minus 14A plus 49. Have you gotten the answer? So there are a total of 3 different methods over here. Pick the method that you like. Okay, now let's go on to the next question, number 11. So this person asked the students in a class to choose their favorite color, and these are the results. One of the students, so I need to know what is the total number of students. How many total number of students were there? Oh, there 5, 10, 9, 4, and 2. So in this case, they didn't make the question over here easy for you. You have to calculate the total. So since they didn't tell you how many students, right? So you need to find the total first. And I get a total of 30 students. Okay, so in this case, when I want to find the probability that one student out of 30 students, okay, find the probability that the color chosen by the student was yellow. Yellow color got how many people? 9. But cannot leave this as the answer. Simplify. 3/10. Give your answers in fraction. Next one, find the favorite color that chosen was not blue. Not blue got 5, right? So in this case, where are the ones that are not blue? All the rest are not blue, right? So I got 30 minus 5, which is 25. Or you can go count and add up all the numbers. Then it'll be 25 out of a total of all the students, which is 30. Again, we must simplify. So 25 divided by 30 gives me 5/6. Leave it as a fraction. Okay, have you gotten the answer? Next part, this person drew a pie chart to show the result. So when you show a pie chart, a total pie chart here has 360 degrees, right? So you must know what is the total. Our total for the students is 30. So I need to know, 30 students represent 360 degrees. Okay, calculate the angle of the sector representing green color. Green color. So green color will be 4 people. So I want to find 4. Yeah, green color is 4, right? Okay, people. So I want to find 4 students. Is what angle? What we can do, I want to get 1 student first. So I'll divide by 30. Then I'll get 4 students, I times 4. Okay, so in this case, I'll take 360 divided by 30 times 4. Alternatively, student also can do 4/30 times 360. Okay, so do the version of the working that you know, 4/30 times 360. That will give me the number 48. Now, I advise you not to do calculations in between because they may have decimal place. So if decimal place come up, please use fraction. Okay, so answer over here 40. Next question. Okay, the graph shows this line AB. Okay, find the gradient of the line. To find the gradient of line, got a few different methods. There are a few different formulas that you should have remember, but probably you might not have remembered them already. Never mind, let me go through some of the concepts, right? There are two types of method to find the gradient of the line. Method number 1, use the formula. Okay, and method number 2, use the height over base, right? Height and over run. So in this case, I shall do the one that's easier for your calculation. Okay, maybe I'll do method 1. Gradient equals to rise over run, or rather the vertical, which is the change in the vertical y value, change in the y value over change in the x value. Vertical, right, the rise, so the change in the y over change in x, the run, which is the horizontal value, change in y over change in the x. Okay, first thing to take note, this one is downward sloping. So imagine you are a man walking in this direction, then you're going downhill, right? So when you're going downhill, you save some energy, right? You use lesser energy, and this kind of gradient will be a negative gradient. Okay, if it's going upwards direction, if it's going upward, this one you're climbing, you need to put in more effort, then this one will be a positive gradient. Yeah, the thing hang a little bit. Let me draw. Okay, so if you have a human being that's going uphill, okay, this one will be a positive gradient because you need to use more energy to go up the hill, right? So up the slope, then this one will be positive gradient. So in this case, this one is just a negative gradient. So this one negative. Then I want the change in the y. How many units are there for the change in y? From 0 to 5. So 5 minus 0. So the change in the y, right? 5 minus 0 is 5 units. Then my horizontal change in x from 0 all the way to 10. So it's 10 minus 0. The change in the number of units is 10 units. Or some of you can read the 10 units directly. That will be your answer. Then this one will be 5 over 10, right? So this one will be negative half. So this one is for method number 1. We get answer negative half. So to know this method number 1, you must know whether is it a positive or negative gradient. Then you decide the sign. Number 2, you need to find the height and the base. So height, the change in the y, and the change in the x. Okay, so if those of you who do not like to do this working, you can do the other working over here. Use according to the formula. So first we must mark the 2 endpoints. So this point over here, if I do method 2 to find gradient, I need to use the formula gradient equals to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. Okay, do not know whether you can remember, we learned this in set 2 and set 3. Okay, but we probably cannot remember it. Doesn't matter, we will just go through this formula. So y2 minus y1, what exactly is y2 minus y1? Notice just now we wanted a change in the y. So we want the difference. How much did y change? So y2 minus y1, change in the y over the change in the x. So this one is the change, so the difference, right, between x. So I started off with this point, x is 0, y is 5. I ended off with this point, x is 10, y is 0. So this is my starting x value, ending x value. Starting y value, ending y value. Then I find what is the change in my y. Take the end minus the start, 0 minus 5, over the end minus the start, 10 minus 0. So you get negative 5 over 10. Simplify, negative half. Okay, so to find this method, you take the 2 endpoints, find the start, and find the end, the coordinates of the start. So this one will be start is x1, the ending is x2. Start with y1 and with y2. So now I want to find the change. So the end minus the start over the end minus the starting point. Okay, x2 minus x1. Then get your answer, negative half. Okay, so there are 2 methods down here. Choose the method that you prefer and can understand better. Okay. Next one, draw on the same graph, draw the line with equation y equals to 2x. Now, when you see this kind of question that say draw the line on the graph itself, immediately you must think of our chocolate bar. So sorry. Okay, immediately you must think of chocolate bar. They give you the equation, right? Y equals to 2x. Right, y equals to 2x. In the chocolate bar, what to put? The x values are the ones that is on top. What do I need to put? The x values are the one that's on top. Y value is below. So this is y equals to 2 times x, 2 times of something. What are the x values that I can choose from? There are so many x values, 0 all the way to 10. Okay, so I can just pick any x value. So I'll probably pick 0, maybe 5, maybe 10. Let me see. 10 times 2. Okay, wait. 10 times 2. This one is 10 times 2, right? If I put 10 times 2 is 20. My graph don't have the number 20. This graph, no, the vertical space, no 20. Yeah. So in this case, okay, the vertical space has no 20. So in this case, I should not choose 10. There's also no, I will choose 0, maybe 0, 1, 2 lah. Okay, to be safe, I'll just put 0, 1, 2. Or put 1, 2, 3 also can. Right, so in this case, I'll just put 0 times 0 is 0. 0 times 1 is 2. 2 times 2, 4. Right, 0, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, so on and so forth. So then I use this point. The first point is 0, 0. So at 0. Then the next one, block 1, level 2. Block 1, level 2. Then the next one, block 2, level 4. Block 2, level 4. Okay. And then we draw a line. Make sure you draw a line a little bit longer. Usually they will need you to find point of intersection. So make sure your two graphs intersect with each other. Then label the line y equals to 2x. Okay. Next one, write down the coordinates, right, of the point the two lines intersect. Where did the two lines cut each other? This one, right? So when the two lines cut each other, the internet is a little bit slow. Okay, when the two lines cut each other, so the intersection point of intersection will be down here. This is the point where the two of them cut each other. So if it's this one, then I'll read the x value first. The x is the number 2, followed by the y value 4. So this is block 2, level number 4. So block number first, block 2, which is your x value, level number 4, which is your y value. Y is particularly going up, right? So answer will be 2, 4. Right, have you gotten the answer? Okay, so for this question, this one can be quite difficult. Firstly, about the gradients. Second, you need to draw line. Okay, then there's vertical point intersection. So notice for this paper itself, right, there is no quadratic graph question because the graph question has been used on this one already. Okay. Next question. Question number 13. Yeah, my internet is slower. Okay, question number 13. Barbara is buying a computer. The price in Singapore is 723 Singapore dollars. He sees on the internet that he can buy the computer from the United States for 509 US dollar. It will cost, right, a shipping fee, $43. So for the US price, the price for the US is 509 USD. And then it got a shipping rate. So if I ship over, I need to have additional cost, right? So I need to plus $43.50 US dollar. Okay, to ship. Then they give me an exchange rate. Which country should give Baba a cheaper option? So let's find out if I want to buy in US. Right, so the total cost for this will be 509 plus 43.50 USD. Right, so this one is $552.50 USD. Okay, question give us 1 Singapore dollar is 0.741 USD. Oh, I need to check because this one is in Sing dollar, right? Singapore dollar, this one is in USD. They are not the same units. So we must make the units the same. So the price in Singapore, okay, they say SG, right? The price in Singapore, 1 Singapore dollar SGD is equals to 0.741 USD. I bought the computer for 723 Sing dollar. How many SGD is that? So I multiply, okay, by 723, 0.741 times 723. That will give me the number $535.743, which is money, right? So money is 2 DP USD. Then we compare which USD is cheaper option. So we got 552 and 535. So cheaper option will be SG. So SG Singapore will be cheaper. Okay, and by how much? So by how much? 552.50 minus away 535.74. And that gives me the number $16.76. Have you gotten the answer? So for this part of question, you need to use the exchange rate to make the number of units the same so that you can compare fairly. Next question, question number 13. Each year, the computer will lose 15% of its value from the start of the year. Oh, this question. Okay, from the start of the year. So I need to know each year, right, the starting is how much, and they will lose 15% of its value. I cannot say I do 15% of all the different years at one go, because I do not know what is the start of the value for each year. So I have to do it manually, part 1 year by 1 year by 1 year. Okay, so question here first, find the value of the computer after 1 year of purchase. So where's the computer? What's the price of computer? Where's the price of computer? Oh, the price of computer is in Singapore dollar. So this one, they want to answer in Sing dollar, SGD. You see the unit here? They want Sing dollar, right? So my original price, where to find the price? The original price is inside the question. So the price here is in Sing dollar. Dun, dun. Okay, make sure you know how to link up the question. Is 13A, the whole part together, right? A and B. So this is 723. So begin with, at the start, right? Should not put begin, let me put start. Okay, at the start of the year, the price is 723 SGD. Then now it will lose 15%, drop by 15%. So originally 100% minus away 15%. So 100% minus 15%, that will give me 85%. So at the end of the year, okay, I lose 15%, left remaining 85%. So this 85%, they gave us the percentage to divide by 100 times 723. That gives me the amount of money, $614.55. Okay, so this will be the value at the end of 1 year. Find the value of the computer 3 years after the purchase. So this one I already done the first year. So the start was 723. After year 1, first year, 1 year. After 1 year, the value left with 614.55, which I calculated just now. So year 2, second year, right? The start of the value, this is the starting now, right? Now this one becomes the starting. Okay, they still lose 15%, so I'm still left with 85% of 614, the start of the year, the value at the start of the year, right? So this one need to bring down the number. So second year times 85 over 100, 522.3675. Okay, money. It's not the final answer yet, so I'm not going to round off the answer first. Right, so now this one becomes the start of the third year. So just now this one was the start and that was the end. Then now it becomes the start of the third year. So year 3, the third year, I still have 85% over 100, but now I'm going to multiply by this new value for the start of the year, 522.3675. Okay, so I need to use this for the every start of the year. This gives me the answer, 444.012375. Since this is talking about money, we round this off to 2 decimal places. 2, so there'll be 444.01. Okay, have you gotten the concept? So for this one, every year lose 15%, right? Then you minus away 100 minus away 15%. then you get 85%. That must be from the value for the start of the year. So this is the start, you bring down to the start, then get your answer. Okay, so then this one now 614 become the start of the next year, you bring it down. So then you multiply, still 85%, then you get this one. Then you bring this down again for year 2, then you get your final answer. Okay, so this kind of question, you must do it year by year, right? And you cannot do 15 times 3, then one shot, because the value is at the start of the year. It's not based on 723. It's the start of every new year. Right? Let's go on to the last question. Next page. Okay, question number 14, right? Each week, Liang receives a sum of money that consists of allowances of $25 from his parents, $25 from his parents, plus, so 25 plus his pay from a part-time job. Oh, then his pay. Right? He worked 7.5 hours each at $12 per hour. So to find the amount of money that he worked, the pay, 7.5 times 12, right? So per hour, then you find the total, you just multiply. So 7.5 times 12, that gives you $90. Then you add it back to the pay. So the pay will be total money that he have, $25 allowances plus $90 of his pay. That will give me $115. Have you gotten the answer? Part B, Liang keeps a record of how much he spends each week for a total of 104 weeks. Oh, observe. Now, notice this axis here stops at 120, but my curve stops at the number. Total number is, what is the total number? 104. So you cannot assume and take the number to be the one on the axis. Please read this number over here. The maximum is 104. Right, this one 104. The curve stops at 104. So maximum total 104. Not times 120. Okay, not times 120. Right, then you have your cumulative frequency curve. Let me do a look at my questions. First question, use the graph to estimate the median. So use the graph to estimate the median. You need 50% times. Remember, it's not 120. 120 only exists. The total number of students is, what's the total number of students? Not student, yeah, total number of weeks. The total number of weeks that he have is 104 weeks. Okay, so it's 50% of 104. So we come back here. This will be 50% times 104. That gives me a number 52, right? But you read the graph. Okay, this is not the answer. Go back and read the graph. When x equals to, when the frequency, right? So this is my frequency, is equals to 52. How to count the answer? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 squares represent 20 units. 1 square you divide by 10 will give you 2 units. So 1 square is 2 units. So 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 4, 50, 52. So this one will be number 52. Okay, we have to count the scale. Then draw a horizontal straight line to read the value. Okay, we read the value over here. How to read this value over here? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 units, 10 square equals to 0, 90 to 95, right? 5 units. So 1 square you divide by 10, divide by 10, 5 divided by 10, 0.5 of a unit. If it's 0.5 of a unit, means 2 small square will give you 1 unit. So this will be 92, 93, 94, 91, sorry. What am I doing? I count again. 91, 92, 93, 94. So this number here, the median will be 94. All right, so in this case, my median for my value, $94. Use the graph to estimate the interquartile range. For interquartile, we need to use the upper quartile, which is 75%. Please remember this number, percentage, 75%. But remember, when multiplying to the total number of weeks, it's not 120, it's 104. This one gives me the number 78. I need to read the value. Okay, let me read the value. The upper quartile, 78. Where is the number 78? 60 is here. One unit, one square represents 2 unit, right? So 60, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 17. Then I want 78. 70, 72, 4, 6, 8. So this is the number 78. Then now I draw my line to touch the graph. Then usually they'll try to give you nice numbers. So do read the question, okay? Do try to read the graph as accurately as possible, right? Then now, how do you read the squares? Remember, one square is 0.5 unit. That means 2 square will be 1 unit. 95, 94, 96, 97, 98. So my upper quartile is the number 98. Okay. Next question. So I go back to my part. Okay, so my upper quartile is the number 98. I need to minus away my lower quartile. How many percentage is my lower quartile? My lower quartile will be 25% times total 104, not 120. That will give you the number 26. We have to read our graph. Okay, from the number, we read our number 26. So let me look for 20. Remember, 1 square, 2 units. So 20, what did I look for? 24, is it? Is it 24? Yeah, give me, I forgot to. Oh, 26. Oh, they want the number 26, so sorry. Okay, so they want the number 26. 1 square represents 2 units, 2, 4, 6. So this is the number 26. Then we draw our line across and touch. Okay. Then here it can be seen 1 square is 0.5 of a unit. So you need 2 squares to be 1 unit. So 2 squares will be 85, 86, 87, 88. So I got the number 88 over here. So let me go back and subtract from my interquartile range. This one will be minus 88. So the interquartile range will be 98 minus 88. That will give me the value 10. Okay. Next question. On any week when Liang spent less than. Now, a lot of you will think of need to minus, right? No. For less than, we don't need to minus, right? Less than, we need to minus. When the question say more than, right, then he will minus. right? When Liang spent less than 80% on the weekly sum of money he received, he donates some money to charity. So on the weeks, there's less than 80%. Less than 80%. 80%, they give you 80%. Okay. Multiply to a weekly sum of money he received. What is this? What is this sum of money that he received? Oh, remember we got a first part of the question in the beginning, right? What's the sum of money that he receives? Find the sum of money that Liang receives each week. What's the sum of money? The sum of money is 115. Okay, so the question actually is linked together. So 80% of the sum of money that Liang received each week. So on the average sum, okay, right? So he sum of money he received, this one will be 115. Then 80% times 115 gives me the number 92. Okay, so but this 92 is talking about the amount of money, right? This is also money, so it's talking about money. Which axis got money? The money 92. Let's check which axis got money. Money. Is it the horizontal or the vertical? The vertical is the number of weeks, right? So the horizontal is talking about money. So they want the number $92. So we look at our axis over here, $92. So in this case, 91, 92 is over here. Then I draw my line 92. And then read my value. The number here is 40. And the question say less than, right? So on the weeks when we spend less than, so it's the number is just 40. Don't need to subtract anymore. So the answer over here will be how many weeks did he donate? So the number of weeks will be 40. Okay, so we are talking about 80% of the amount of money he received. So in part A of our answer, amount of money he received was $115. Then you notice this one is a dollar, right? 80% of money. So the unit will also be money. So when you go to the axis over here, you look at the axis that has money. So the dollar sign, that will be the horizontal axis. You read the value. But they say less than, so in this case, we need to minus. If the question say more than, then you need to minus. Okay? So if that's the case, with that, I come to the end of the whole paper already. I'll see you for the next lesson. Goodbye.